Hi Leo, and welcome to your horoscope for October 2024. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm based in the UK, so my horoscopes are based on UK time zone. And please watch them in this order: rising sign first, then sun sign, and finally your moon sign. So I'm going to break the month of October down into 4 weeks, and I'm going to pay particular attention to what the moon is doing, how it moves through your chart, and how the moon and the other planets will influence you this month. Okay, so week one, Tuesday the 1st until Sunday the 6th of October. On the 1st, we have Venus in Virgo. And the 1st of October is really good for you guys, Leo, to figure things out and to get organized as far as your finances are concerned, your practical securities. On the 2nd and 3rd of October, the moon goes into Libra. And on the 2nd of October, we also have a new moon in Libra, which is a solar eclipse. So I've made a separate video on that. Have a look. It's quite a significant event because eclipses last for about, well, the actual eclipse lasts a number of minutes, but the influence affects us for about 6 months. So in your case, Leo, it happens in your third house of communication. The new moon is when the moon is pitch black and it pulls a ton of energy in. In this case, it's Libra. So you're going to be able to connect with pretty much anything: people, information, problem solving. By using your intellect here on the 2nd and 3rd, you'll be able to resolve most issues. So if anything is troubling you kind of in a chronic way in your life, then look at it over those 2 days to make major inroads. On the 4th, 5th, and 6th of October, we've got the moon going into Scorpio, and it goes into your 4th house of family on your IC, which is your roots, right? So those 3 days are really good to enjoy wonderful family relationships, to decompress, to recharge, unwind, and to enjoy the company of other people. So in the first week here, the moon covers the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th house, and they're all near the bottom of your chart. So it's very much about my securities, my money, my perspective, and the information that I use to create a living for myself, and how that then impacts the people I love and the people who are nearest to me. So the first week, I feel, is an opportunity for you to really make improvements in the area of income so that you can spend more time with people you care about and not just doing, I don't know, 80, 100-hour weeks, if that's even possible. Okay, week two, Monday to Sunday, the 7th to the 13th of October. On the 7th and 8th, the moon is in Sagittarius, and it's now moved into your 5th house of what you love: romance, children, and even what you love doing in terms of your work. So these 2 days, the 7th and 8th of October, are great for you to enjoy love and romance with another person, or to do a little bit of reflection and say, this is what I love to do. I want to make it a job for myself. On the 9th of October, Jupiter, the lucky planet, retrogrades. And in your case, it's in Gemini, in your 11th house of hopes and dreams. So when outer planets retrograde, it's not as significant as when the personal planets retrograde, because the outer planets spend about 6 months in retrograde. But the way I interpret it is when something is direct, you experience that energy in the external environment in the world. When it's retrograde, you happen to, you experience that within, right? And Jupiter in Gemini is really going to tell you, until it goes direct in February 2025, these are my hopes and dreams, and this is possible. So the next kind of 6 months for you, October, November, December, the next 5 months for you are very much about, I am starting to see what I could accomplish and what my potential is and how my world could look. And you'll get a lot of ideas from within that support you in making those things a reality. On the 9th and 10th of October, we've got the moon going into Capricorn, and that is in your 6th house of daily routine and structure, and your calendar and the formalities of your life, right? The routine that you've got. So the moon in Capricorn is very hardworking. So if you need to get organized in terms of your daily routine, or you want to make changes to your body, or you want to start exercising or have a better diet, or anything that exists on a physical level, the 9th and 10th are great dates to look at any of that and to take action around it. On the 10th of October, the moon is in its second quarter, so it's waxing towards the full moon on the 17th. So you'll have even more energy to do a lot of good work. And, you know, like the commute, if that's too long, or if something practical would really make your everyday life easier, really devote yourself to that the 9th and 10th, and you'll understand what changes you can make. Moon goes into Aquarius on the 11th and 12th, and that's in your 7th house of relationships, and that's great for all relationships. So loved ones, partners, colleagues, friends, bosses. Aquarius is about new ideas and thinking outside of the box. So that's the opportunity as well to make friendships and to expand your social circle. So if you have time on the 11th and 12th to hang out with people, please do. It'll really, it's likely to end in a new relationship, in a new friendship or something more. On the 11th, Pluto, the planet of transformation and change, that goes direct. I made a separate video on Pluto in Aquarius in January because I really think it's a super significant thing. It's in Aquarius now pretty much for the next 20 years, and it's this whole era that we're moving into, right? And this is the last time it retrogrades into Capricorn from, I think it was the 2nd of September, and it stays in Capricorn until the 19th of November. But in this case, it's in your 6th house next to the moon in Capricorn on the 11th. And Pluto in Capricorn is about undoing certain structures. And with the moon next to it, the way you feel, like I said a moment ago, anything in your life, in your daily routine that doesn't really serve you or work for you, you're able to unravel that and replace it with something better. And then in the final day of the second week, we've got the moon going into Pisces, and that's in your 8th house of institutions and the government and taxes and inheritances. But Pluto's next to Saturn, and you may feel somewhat disinterested by those things, and it's not a good day for negotiations because you may be overly forgiving or overly generous so that you don't really get what's owed to you. It's also not a good day for kind of contract signing. If you do anything on that day, make sure that you double check everything and that you're actually benefiting the way you're supposed to. You know, the other thing I want to say is that all the personal planets are direct. So it's all systems go in October. You know, if you want to build a new business or move, that it's really a good month to take action. On the 13th of October, Mercury ingresses into Scorpio, and that goes out of Libra in your 3rd house and into your 4th house. So your closest, most intimate relationships are going to be even more important to you. And I think it becomes somewhat balanced in the sense that you can have these great family relationships and really feel at ease and at home. And you can expand your network and make new friends. Maybe it is because you're so comfortable and you feel so supported that you have the confidence to kind of expand and to meet new people and let new people in. So the houses the moon covered here in the second week, it started in Sagittarius in your 5th house. It went through your 6th, 7th, and 8th. And that's the very right-hand side of your chart, right? So it's really about what I'm looking for and what I would like to create and how I can bring more love into my life, both in my personal relationships, in the experience I have on an everyday level, and the connections I have with people out there, friends and companies and people I collaborate with. So it's very much about what you enjoy and connecting that with something out there in the public. Week 3, Monday to Sunday, the 14th to 20th of October. On the 14th and 15th, we have the moon in Pisces, so 13th, 14th, and 15th. And that goes through your, let's see, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Yeah, that's still in your 8th house. So any negotiations, be careful around that, even on the 14th and 15th. Then on the 16th and 17th, the moon goes into Aries in your 9th. And that's really a good opportunity to travel, to take some time off, to heal something that may have been disappointing because now you're replacing it with an experience that almost makes up for it. It's a good time to sign up for new courses and to expand your life and your world intellectually in terms of the information you're exposed to. On the 17th, we also have a full moon in Aries, and that happens at the very top of your chart, in your 9th house on top of the MC. So that's really, if you've had any ideas of healing your work, your career, by making yourself more independent and giving yourself more freedom, so potentially self-employment or, you know, being a consultant or someone who works part-time, listen to the ideas you get during the full moon. For you guys, Leo specifically, it's likely that an option shows up that helps you how to break free of a situation that gives you almost no freedom. Also, Venus enters Scorpio No, it doesn't. It ingresses into Sagittarius on the 17th as well. So it was in Scorpio, in your 4th house, and it ingresses into Sagittarius and moves into your 5th house of romantic relationships. So from the 17th of October, your love life and your personal relationships become more of a priority than your formal external public relationships. So any Leos who are single and want to go on dates or meet new people, this is really a fabulous month for you. On the 18th and 19th, we've got the moon then going into Taurus, and those are the best 2 days of the month for you in work. You'll find that you have an unusual knack for problem solving and conserving what is and protecting things and continuing things the way they are. So if there are certain changes that aren't particularly helpful or positive coming into your life in that area, you have a lot of control to stop that if it's not appropriate or helpful. And also in terms of just your work and how much you can do and how much you can accomplish, that's really supported over these 2 days. So throw yourself into it over those two and you'll get a lot done. And then on the 20th, the moon goes into Gemini, and it's in your 11th house of hopes and dreams next to Jupiter in Gemini. So if you've been feeling a little disenchanted or like you don't have a particular thing that you're working towards, pay attention to what comes through on the 20th. It'll be a really good idea that's supported by the good luck of Jupiter, and if you act on it, it's likely that that hope and dream will then be realized. So the houses the moon goes through in this 3rd week is the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. So now the moon is at the very top of your chart, and it wants you to examine the connections you have via employers and how much under someone's thumb you are, taxes, and all these external pressures. It asks you to move away from that and to expand by learning and exploring and firing yourself up again, because that is what's going to help you then in your work and realizing your hopes and dreams through work. Week 4, Monday to Wednesday, the 21st to 31st of October, so it's 10 days, not just a week. We start this one with the moon in Gemini on the 21st. And now it's right on top of Jupiter. So what I said about the day before, this is even more helpful in kind of getting ideas and other alternatives that you can pursue to realize your hopes and dreams, not just in work, but in all areas of your life. Cancer, the moon goes into Cancer on the 22nd and 23rd, and that's in your 12th house next to Hades and Mars in Cancer. So you may find that you're especially you feel especially nurtured or connected to your higher self. You may have like some sort of spiritual moment or awakening that gives you confidence to problem solve something that's been chronically frustrating in your life. And you may get an answer through your intuition, through your dreams. Just pay attention to that. It's a very personal kind of gift that you're receiving then, which is going to help you change the dynamic of your life by letting go of the things that frustrate you consistently and making space for more positive things to come in. The sun enters Scorpio on the 22nd, and in your case, it does that again in your 4th house. So we're going back to relationships, the family. I want to feel loved and connected. So give yourself as much time as you want this month to spend with people you really care about, because they then motivate you in all these other areas to break out of difficulties, to overcome obstacles. A lot of the fuel for that is the support you're getting from others or from your higher self, you see. The moon then goes into Leo on the 24th and the 25th, and that's in your sign in your 1st house. So not only are you getting messages, but I think you're going to have a wonderful sense of well-being. Do something fun for yourself, like maybe go on a trip or do something that you enjoy, hang out with people you like. It's really a time to get in touch with your inner child and to have a laugh and to enjoy the simple wonders of life. On the 24th, the moon is in its 4th quarter, so it's waning away towards becoming the new moon at the beginning of November. So the moon is in your sign, but it's kind of mitigated. So you don't need to worry about like things becoming too manic or it's a quiet confidence that's going to allow you to just have a consistent sense of comfort during those 2 days and to feel at ease. On the 26th, 27th, and 28th, the moon is in Virgo and it's in your second house of money. And those are the best 3 days of the month to really make plans for your finances and to see if the pension pot is actually going to support you if and when you retire. And, to look at outgoings and income and whether you're spending more than you're earning and to really get on top of all of that. So if that's something that you kind of shy away from or you try to hand over to other people, you'll find that you have a real knack for seeing what's going on and that you're not overwhelmed by it. And then on the 29th and 30th and 31st of October, we've got the moon in Libra, and that's back in your third house of perspective and relationships and communication. I think that this is, if you need to make contacts to get something going, like you need to find who to write to apply to a particular business that you love, or you need to figure out how to get a container to ship your stuff from Europe to Africa or whatever it may be. It's really the ability to find the right person that's going to help you exactly with what you need and finding those expertise. So if you need a specialist to overcome some sort of problem, or if you need some outside help to get something organized, end of the month is really good for that. And with the moon being in Libra, which is connective in your third house, it's a good idea to do something with family and friends and as many people as you can on Halloween, because just being around other people and just having a fun time is really going to appeal to you. I think if you're on your own or if you're just not doing anything, it could be a bit more of it could be disappointing and a bit of a frustrating thing. So try and do something that you enjoy. Okay, so the last quarter, the last 10 days here, the moon covers, let's see, from the 21st, it started in your 11th house and it went through all the way until your third house. So this is the left-hand side of the chart, right? So it's my hopes and dreams, how I feel guided. But again, now it's about how am I creating an income? How am I using all my awareness to feel good, to fulfill myself, and to do things that are genuinely enjoyable to me? How do I make a positive contribution? So the end of the month is kind of personal growth through your relationships and through the guidance you get from the higher realms. So I hope that gives you an idea of what you'll be working with here in October. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. To draw up your birth chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then order a chart rectification with me, please. That's a process where I manually work it out. And check out some of my other videos, the videos on the eclipses, the new moons, the full moons. And I also do a daily tarot reading on this channel. So if you want to tune in daily, then please become a member of the channel. That would be great. So I hope you have a wonderful October and I'll speak to you soon. All the best.